The Pentagon is vowing to move heaven and earth to arm Ukraine with heavy weapons fast to defeat Russia. This despite warnings from Moscow that the risk of nuclear war is now escalating. Today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin rallying military chiefs from more than 40 nations at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. They made plans to ramp up military aid as Ukrainian forces fight to hold back an all-out Russian assault in the east.
You know, Putin never imagined that the world would rally behind Ukraine so swiftly and surely. Ukraine clearly believes that it can win, and so does everyone here. Ukraine needs our help to win today, and they will still need our help when the war is over.
We're now learning just how critical U.S. intelligence has been for the Ukrainian resistance and how it's led to Russian casualties. NBC News reports real-time American intelligence helped the Ukrainians shoot down a Russian transport plane that was carrying hundreds of troops near Kyiv in the early days of the invasion. U.S. officials say the Russians were on their way to assault a key airport. As the West rushes weapons to Ukraine, Russia's top diplomat is accusing NATO of waging a proxy war with Russia and running the risk of nuclear conflict.
Now the risks are very significant. I would not like these risks to be artificially inflated, and there are many people willing to do so. The danger is serious. It is real. It should not be underestimated. NATO, in essence, is engaged in a war with Russia through a proxy and is arming that proxy. War means war.
Defense Secretary Austin called the Kremlin's rhetoric about potential nuclear war dangerous and unhelpful. NBC's Cal Perry live for us in Kyiv. Cal, a new diplomatic effort underway to evacuate Mariupol.
Yeah, that's right. The UN Secretary General in Moscow tonight, and allegedly Vladimir Putin agreeing to allow international aid organizations into that area, into that city where we've seen some of the fiercest fighting. Now, those comments are likely to be met with great skepticism here on the ground because, of course, we have heard promises like this before. In fact, last week, President Vladimir Putin saying that his forces would not fire on that steel plant that so many civilians are hunkered down in. And since then, we have seen consistent shelling. In fact, that area shelled more than 35 times today. And we're seeing the, quote, forced abductions. That, according to the Ukrainian government, more than 474 people forced to leave Mariupol and return to Russia. That, again, according to the Ukrainian government. On the economic front, Shep, a bold move by Russia, basically stopping what they say will be the natural gas supply to Poland. Poland has implemented their own sanctions on Russia, but Poland relies on Russia for some 45% of its natural gas. The economic impact of that cannot be understated. And here in the city of Kyiv, a symbolic gesture by the people of this city, taking down a statue that has been here for more than 40 years. It is called the Friendship of Nations statue. It was a gift from Russia to the country of Ukraine. You see it there on your screen. It came down earlier today as the violence continues in the eastern part of the country. And I will tell you, Shep, here in the capital, there's a great deal of trepidation about those comments from Moscow. Many people are concerned that we could see airstrikes in this city in the coming hours or days. Shep.
Cal Perry, live tonight in Kyiv. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.